Hi everyone, Dr. Monette here to welcome you to EDU 210 Educational Technology and to give you an overview of the course and how to navigate through Blackboard. So to get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my screen so that you can see what I see and you will see in Blackboard. So when you enter into Blackboard and you click on our course, the first thing that you're going to notice is the setup, and you're going to start on the announcement page. So EDU 210 is all about educational technology. It's not necessarily going to teach you about certain technological devices such as Promethean boards, smart boards, and things like that, because depending on what classroom you enter into, you will have different technology. Instead, it's going to teach you about internet tools, resources, and things that you can use regardless of what classroom you walk into. So things like Google Classroom and Google Drive, Microsoft, um, Schoology, and a lot of other things that we will be discussing during this course. So there's a couple of required materials for this class. First off, you are going to need your own personal laptop, and this course is 100% online. So everything will be broken down week by week, and there are a lot of directions and guidelines in there for you to access so you do not get lost and you know exactly what is expected of you throughout the course. There is a textbook for the course as well, and you can get it at this link right here. And it is all about using technology with classroom instruction, and you will have weekly readings and reflections on that you will post to the discussion board, and there's more directions in the weeks as you go for that. Another required item for this course is Google Teacher Level 1 Certification Exam. So in this course, you will be getting multiple certifications. One of them will be Google Teacher Level 1. A couple of other ones that you'll be getting are things like Ed Puzzle and a gamification certification. And some of these certifications cost and some of them do not. But for the final exam for this class and throughout this class, you're going to be going through Google Teacher Certification training. And then at the end of the course for the final exam, you will be taking your Google Teacher Level 1 certification, which costs $10, and it could be purchased through the link right here above. Now, since this is the final exam for this class, this exam must be passed by the end of the course. And the modules are going to be broken down week by week, and you're going to work on it a little bit at a time. And then about 2 weeks before the class is over, you will be prompted to go and take this exam. This exam does require you to take it in a 1 3-hour block period with no breaks. So you're really going to have to set a time aside for that, which I do give you in week 16 so that you have time to complete that. And you do have to pass it to pass the course. So if the student does not pass it, what will happen is that you will get an incomplete for the course until the exam is passed. And then as soon as you pass the exam, I will go in and I will re-enter in your grade. But if you take your time and you go through the modules like you're prompted to and expected to do throughout the course, you should not have any trouble passing this exam. However, if for any reason that you don't, you can take it for a second time, but you have to wait 14 days, so that's 2 weeks. If you take it a third time, that's 60 days, and then a fourth time is after a year. And every time you do take the exam, it is $10. However, again, if you go through the modules and you do everything that you're supposed to and you practice as it gives you in the training, you should have no trouble passing that exam. Another thing you're going to need for this course is Microsoft Office 365 for students. It is free for students. All you have to do is use your Coker email address and follow the prompts to download it onto your computer. And the link is right here for you. And of course, you're going to need Blackboard, since everything is online and everything will be turned in through Blackboard. The next part on the announcement page is your syllabus. So if you click on that, it will take you over into the Google Drive folder. Everything for this class is digital, so everything will go through the Google Drive folder. And as you can see, it takes you automatically to the syllabus folder. So you can access the syllabus just by clicking it, and it will pop up, and you can view it from there. You can also come up here and you can download it. And the nice thing about this is that I do have it to where it opens up in a new window, so you can always go back to your main as well. And then over here in what I just saw with the syllabus, if I click on the back arrow right here, You can also access the Google Drive folder here as well. And this is the course folder for EDU 210. So everything that you need for this course will and can be found in this folder. Again, I give you weekly directions and guidelines, which there's a folder for it here, but I give it to you week by week, and it will have hyperlinks to all the folders that you need for the course. So it's very streamlined and very easy to navigate. It's just a matter of going week by week and following the directions and the guidelines that I provide you throughout the course. So going back over into Blackboard, if you go down a little bit further, if you're not used to using Blackboard, you don't know how to submit assignments or post to discussion boards, take quizzes, or view your grades, I have some links and some videos here for you as well. And then down here at the bottom, you will be making some assessments and lessons. So I also wanted to give you the link to my website that you can use, and things like the standards are there, lesson plan ideas, and examples are there as well that you can go back and view. So over here to the side, going back over, you have your announcements. This is the very first page that you come into, which is right here. And then here, if you click on course materials, this again will take you over into the course material folder in Google Drive as well. So as you can see, all those folders that I showed you just a minute ago are there as well. So over here you have my contact information that has my office hours and all of those good things in there. So if you need to contact me, there is my email and my office phone number and Google Meet, all those good things that you need. And then over here, one of the most important things you're probably going to use a lot throughout this course is going to be the calendar. So the EDU 210 calendar is going to break down week by week what we're going to do and what is due and when it is due. Everything for this class is pretty much due on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. There are some exceptions to this as we go throughout the course. Really, when we get to about April, there's going to be a couple of assignments that are due on Wednesday because they're multiple parts. So you'll act as a student, and you'll act like a teacher, and you'll act like a parent. So there's different chunks that have to be completed before the Sunday major assignment is due. So make sure that you're checking your weekly directions and guidelines, which I'll show you in just a second, your calendar, and it will tell you exactly when everything is due. Mostly all of your assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. on Sundays, except for instance, when we go to April, you'll see a couple things pop up on Wednesdays and a couple things pop up on Friday. So make sure that you're just really paying attention to the due dates. You also have the new and due here. If you like to use that, you can. And then you also have my grades. So throughout this course, anytime that you submit an assignment, it will show in here. You'll also get a verification email that tells you that it was submitted. And this is where you can view your grades and your feedback that I give you. So to view your feedback, all you would have to do is come over here and click on it, and it would give you the feedback. You can also view the rubrics and all of those things. So all you would have to do is add up your points, and you can see how many points you have for the class. Going a little bit further over here on the side, you have your week by week assignments. So week 1 would be the very first week that we start. And then down here at the bottom, you have your end of course survey. So when it gets down to week 15, 16, you'll get an email asking you to fill out your end of course evaluation. So that is a link to that. And then you have a link to the discussion boards. You really don't need to use this because you'll have to go through and scroll through all the discussion boards. I do have links over here in the week by week to help you stay with it, but if there's just one that you need to get to really quickly, you can use the discussion board as well. So that's just there if you need it. Week 1, for instance, all the weeks follow suit. So you'll start out by going to week 1. You'll see a folder that says to get started. Click on the folder and access the weekly directions and guidelines. So when you click on week 1, the very first thing you're going to see at the top is a hyperlink to the Google Drive that's going to take you to the week 1 directions and guidelines. So when you click on that, it's going to pop up the Word document, and you will see the directions and guidelines for that week. So for the very first week, we're going to be focusing on basic foundations of Word and Microsoft and PowerPoint. So Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, just to get a little background. And then we're going to move on to Google Apps and Google Tools. And then we're going to go a little bit further, and we're going to add on to it a little bit week by week. So over here, it gives you just a basic overview, and then you have your week by week and when your assignments are due. You're going to notice that there's a lot of blue hyperlinks. So when you click on it, it's going to give you a direct link to the folder that you need to in the Google Drive. So it says read the syllabus, so you can click on that link and it will pop you over to the syllabus folder in the Google Drive. As you can see, the syllabus is right here, and all you would have to do is click on it and it will open up in the window. You can scroll through that way, or you can download it, your choice. So going back over, if I go back to my week 1, directions and guidelines, which again, everything opens up in a new window, so you shouldn't get lost. You can go and click on the next link. So there's a video and a PowerPoint here that you can click on to take your What is Educational Technology quiz. And the PowerPoint is here as well. And then here are your assignments for your Microsoft Office practice and your Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. So the weekly directions and guidelines are very, very streamlined, helps you find the hyperlinks, tells you exactly when your assignments are due and the due dates. So if we go back over into Blackboard, you're also going to notice, so you have your weekly directions and guidelines at the top, and then you have a folder that says assignments. Right here, it gives you a brief overview of what is due for that week. But again, to get to the assignments and the directions, you have to go to here or the course materials. Click here first because it will direct you straight to the folders that you need. So in the assignment folder itself, this is where you submit your work. So here you have your syllabus quiz, so all you would have to do is click on it to take it. Here is your What is your educational technology quiz. You would click it, and then you have your Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. So that's where you would put your assignments or complete your quizzes. Now, coming up in a couple weeks, just giving you an overview, there's going to be some weeks where there's going to be a link there, but it's going to say you don't have to submit anything there because it's going to be done through a certain program. So throughout this course, we're going to be looking at things like Seesaw, Schoology, Google Classroom, and some of those things are just things that you cannot turn in regard to turning something into Blackboard. So some of the assignments that I'm going to give you are going to tell you to invite me in as a student. So as long as you go through and you follow the directions and guidelines, I give you step-by-steps, and I also give you lots of videos and resources so that you can understand what to do and how to use these programs. But at any time, if you get lost throughout or you don't know how to use a certain technology or you're just getting frustrated with it, all you have to do is send me an email and I'll be glad to help you in any way. All you have to do is ask and I'll be happy to help. Welcome again to EDU 210, and if there's anything I can do to help you as you start learning more about educational technology, please let me know.